Imagine a road, a shimmering silver ribbon of progress stretching 30,000 kilometers, slicing through frozen tundras, jagged peaks, and scorching deserts. The Pan American Highway is a monumental testament to human will, designed to link the edge of Alaska to the icy tips of Argentina. In the United States alone, engineers construct over 40,000 kilometers of new roads every single year. Nearly 30% of these are made with concrete designed to last 40 to 50 years and carry loads of several dozen tons. We have mastered the art of building roadbeds compacted as firmly as skyscraper foundations. But then, the music stops. The asphalt vanishes into a wall of green. Your GPS goes dark. Between the borders of Panama and Colombia, there is a 106-kilometer void, the Darien Gap. A lawless, impenetrable fortress where the horizon looks like a stove burner running on high, and the mud crunches beneath your boots like a grave. Why, in 2026, is this still the only no-go zone for modern civilization? While China builds highways across the Sea of Death in the Taklamakan Desert, and Israel carves 12,000 kilometers of canals through barren rock, the world has officially surrendered to the Darien. To understand why humanity's finest engineers finally bowed their heads in defeat, we must conduct a forensic autopsy on a mechanical nightmare. In any standard infrastructure project, the first step is a meticulous check of ground conditions and the soil foundation. Engineers study subsea topography and analyze rock strata to determine the bearing stability of the seabed or the land. They map elevations, drill soil samples, and check rock hardness. In stable environments, the soil is compacted until it is strong enough to support the vehicles that will use it. But the Darien Gap isn't terrain, it's an immune system. To the north, you face the Atrato Swamp. This isn't just mud, it's a shifting ancient basin of organic peat. In the United States, engineers spread layers of large crushed stone and compact them with vibratory rollers to create a stable surface. In the Darien, that stone doesn't compact, it sinks. It is a terrain softer than powdered sugar and more treacherous than a soggy kitchen sponge. While China uses long sprinkler arms to inject water and bind desert sand into a dense, cohesive layer, the Darien has an excess of moisture that prevents soil particles from ever reaching the proper density. The constant rumble of steel drums would only serve to liquefy the earth beneath them. To the south, the jagged Serranía del Darien mountains rise like teeth designed to break construction equipment. In places like Arizona or New Mexico, crews use hydraulic rock breakers to pound the ground until the granite breaks into chunks. They use explosives to carve trenches directly into solid rock, detonating charges in sequence to fracture the bedrock along the planned alignment. But the Darien is made of unstable volcanic rock and clay that holds water like a sponge. One wrong move, and a multi-million-dollar excavator becomes a permanent part of the geology. Modern road building is a symphony of automation. We have slip-form pavers that operate like industrial robots, spreading concrete with micrometer-level precision following the exact width, thickness, and elevation specified in the design. These machines, which can cost anywhere from $120,000 to over $300,000, use built-in laser sensors, GPS systems, and three-dimensional guidance technology to ensure the surface stays perfectly flat. They even automatically insert round steel dowel bars into the heart of the fresh concrete to transfer loads between slabs. But these machines have a kill switch: logistics. A slip-form paver is useless without a constant, uninterrupted flow of concrete from an industrial batching plant. In these plants, materials are measured and mixed with near-perfect accuracy. Crushed stone, fine sand, and gravel are weighed using calibratable belt scales to meet strict mix designs. In the Darien, there are no batching plants. There are no conveyor belts. A ready-mix truck must discharge its load within 1 to 2 hours, or the concrete begins to harden into a 10-ton brick inside the rotating drum. The jungle is a logistical graveyard. In the 1960s, a team tried to cross the gap with Land Rovers. They didn't drive, they winched. They spent 10 hours to move a single meter. In a world where a diesel-powered trencher with 400 horsepower can chew through hundreds of meters of solid earth a day, the Darien forced humanity back to manual labor, using shovels, rakes, and long reed boards, much like the traditional methods used in developing nations today. Engineering is never just about steel and concrete. It's about power and fear. For decades, the United States served as the ultimate barrier to this road. The reason wasn't money. It was a biological apocalypse known as foot-and-mouth disease. A completed road wouldn't just bring cars. It would bring a bridge for infected livestock to travel from South America into the north, potentially devastating a multi-billion-dollar cattle industry. The jungle, in this case, is the ultimate border wall. Just as the Department of Homeland Security abandoned the solid concrete wall idea because agents couldn't see what was happening on the other side, the world decided that invisibility was the Darien's best feature. The gap is a biological filter. It's a green wall that protects the north from viruses and protects the Amazon from the northward crawl of industrial chainsaws. Like the Japanese tsunami walls designed to buy precious minutes for evacuation, the Darien provides a buffer zone for the entire planet. In every successful mega-project, from Saudi Arabia's thousands of kilometers of steel water pipelines to Japan's 400-kilometer tsunami barrier, there is absolute state control. Thousands of engineers, specialists, and military units monitor pressure, temperature, and structural integrity around the clock. The Darien Gap is the inversion of that order. It is a territory governed by narco-engineering. The cartels who control this void don't want a road. A road brings light. It brings sensors. It brings the military. Just as the United States border wall cost over $15 billion and includes thermal sensors, drones, and high-pressure water blasts for cleaning, the cartels use the jungle as their own version of a high-tech barrier. To them, the lack of infrastructure is a strategic asset. If you want to dig a trench here, you don't just hit granite or shale. You hit a geopolitical minefield where drug empires and environmentalists both have a reason to keep the world disconnected. Despite the absence of asphalt, the Darien is a highway of human misery. Every year, hundreds of thousands of migrants attempt to cross this void on foot. They face the exact same conditions that broke the machines of the 1960s. Without the safety of reinforced concrete anchors or the stability of a compacted base, they navigate riverbanks that flood without warning and mountains that look like they were designed to break spirits. In Japan, seawalls are built with foundations plunging 80 feet deep to withstand millions of tons of water. In the Darien, there are no foundations. There are no emergency exits positioned every 200 meters, as you would find in a modern undersea tunnel. There are only days of grueling endurance through a landscape that is strictly off-limits to Lubamu normal traffic. The history of this place isn't written in blueprints. It's written in the mud of the Atrato Swamp. We have built highways across the Taklamakan Desert, where the asphalt hardened into a flawless black sheet, tough enough to withstand temperature swings from -25 to +70 degrees Celsius. We have built tunnels over 5,000 meters long beneath the ocean, where rubber gaskets and specialized seals ensure water tightness against crushing pressure. We have the technology to bridge any gap, but the Darien remains unfinished. It stands as a testament to human limits. It is a symbol of courage for those who cross it, and a symbol of surrender for the engineers who tried to tame it. While some nations use walls to represent their fears, the green wall of the Darien represents our priorities. It is a massive human project, not built of steel and concrete, but of decades of evolving ideas and the refusal to accept the limits of nature. Why not just build a bridge? To span the Darien Gap with a continuous elevated highway would require a level of investment that dwarfs even the most ambitious projects in Israel or Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, construction costs average around $3 million per kilometer of pipeline. In the Darien, a bridge of this scale would cost dozens of times that amount. We are talking about a blank check, a project that would require concrete panels and steel frameworks stretching for miles over unstable soil piles that would need to be driven 20 to 25 meters deep. The transport of these massive steel panels, weighing as much as a grand piano each, would require a fleet of heavy-duty trucks moving across mountain roads that don't exist. Every wrong move, every cracked post, would result in thousands of dollars lost in the mud. As you look at the glowing lines of progress that cover our planet from satellite imagery, the Darien Gap remains a dark, shimmering ribbon. It is a reminder that despite our laser sensors, our 400 horsepower trenchers, and our multi-million-dollar machines, we are not always the masters of this earth. The story of the road through the green hell is a story of decisions, votes, and failure. It is one of the biggest stories ever built precisely because it was never finished. It remains a darkness born from progress, heat, and human endurance. What do you think? Should we finally use our modern technology, our three-dimensional guidance systems, and our automated welding robots to close the gap and unite the Americas? Or should we leave this one place on the map wild, as a final line of defense for the planet? Would you trust a road built on a foundation of green hell? Drop a yes or no in the comments. We have gathered this knowledge from many sources, carefully analyzing the engineering feats from the United States to China. If you found this deep dive into the world's most impossible road fascinating, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Keep your curiosity standing tall before it gets buried in the sand.